So one of the questions we often get asked is, what's the difference between collections and hardship, and what's the difference between hardship and vulnerability and the ability to pay, all these types of questions. In my view, you don't have to wear different hats. People talk about these different hats. Well, you don't really have to change hats, because having worked in debt collection and debt purchase businesses, by the time a debt comes to you in a debt purchase business, it means it's been through the organisation, it's been through the debt collection agency, and you now have it because the person can't pay. So I don't think we have to define them in buckets. I just think hardship means you get extra flexibility and extra options, and there are some extra supports that are available to you. But essentially, if someone can't pay, they can't pay. So for me, it's about listen to the customer's story and know the customer's story, and you'll find the right solution. So I guess you could almost put that under the umbrella of what makes sense. So if a person can't pay, they can't pay. If a person wants to pay, but they're struggling, then you've got to work out, what does that mean? Is it short term? Is it long term? Doesn't matter what bucket you put it in. So it's about listening, and it's about, I think, building trust. So it is about earning the right to ask the questions. So for me to really understand a customer's situation, I have to have built enough trust that I can have that discussion. And having a discussion around someone's inability to pay and their finances is certainly going to raise a lot of other issues, because it's never about the debt, right? It's always about all the other issues that have led up to that. And as we know, if I could turn around and have a little backpack, we all have a little backpack on our backs. Each one of you will have problems in your backpack, and your workmates will all have problems and issues in their backpacks. And if we look today at the rates of health issues, mental health, trauma, family violence, you name it, we've all got stuff going on. So everyone's got issues in their backpack, and whether they decide to share it with you or not may or may not be relevant. But it's about your approach, and most of all, your headspace. I reckon the best collectors and the best people in these types of collection and hardship roles are the people that have a good headspace. They know when to push, when not to push, when to back off, and when to ask the right questions. So that is my view of the world on collections and hardship.